What's up, everyone? Welcome to Survivor Buffs here on Reality Pop. It is time to podcast, as always. Today, we are doing part 2 of 10. No, part 2 of 2 of our... What are we doing? I don't even know what we're doing. We are dream casting third time's a charm. I was trying to sound like Jeff at the end of the reunions there. Submit my application to be the next host. Third time's a charm.
Be great.
What's up?
Yeah, you would be a great host.
Yeah, thank you. I've been told that many times. What we are doing is we are going through every single survivor that has played 2 times but has not won. We're trying to avoid that many people in Cambodia. We don't have that many so far. Like I said, This is part 2. If you're watching this on the channel and you're like, but where was part 1? Part 1 is on they were the survivor specialists. Now they are just the specialists. But the artist formerly known as survivor specialists, Phil and Alexa, me and Gideon do one video. We're trying to do one video per month on theirs. So we did part 1. So let me show you guys where we're at. I would recommend watching part 1 because we already have half of the tier rank filled out so far. So that's the warning. That's the spoiler warning. Here is the tier rank. Now, that's where we're at so far. This is everyone. I double check, triple check, quadruple check.
And I think this is pretty solid. I think we've done a pretty nice job. You know, sometimes me and you are in disagreement about certain tier lists, and we're like, you're like, oh, I actually hate Gabon, and I'm like, oh, I hate Vesepia. But like, no, it's like this time I'm actually okay with it for now. For now. Emphasis on for now. But
yeah, and just to run through, you know, we the tier, the Dreamcast, that's our final list. It's not final yet, but that's our final list. Maybe is the ones that are borderline. We're gonna kind of
put them in. We might,
revisit that at the end. Lack o' desire means they're not going to be on this season. We're trying to do a realistic season. This isn't just who we want to see. We're also focused on, do they have good chances of coming back? Are they in good standing with production? Do fans want to see them back? Which production does sometimes, most of the time, keep in mind, not always. Francesca, Brandon Hans, Colton, who, no surprise, are on this as the Nas. Lack of desire means they don't want to come back. Jeffy say no means Jeff/production doesn't want them back for various reasons. Nah means they just don't need to come back.
I find that when we say nah, we usually just say the same thing about the contestants, which is we've seen everything we need from that particular contestant. Like, what else?
Right. Yeah. So cool. Yeah. So we're gonna run through the rest. I feel like we're like half. You know, I mean, we're literally halfway done with all the contestants, but we're also halfway done with like the cast itself. So it's kind of cool that we do have like, we're 4 and 4, so we're trying to do 10.
We're trying to do 10 and 10. Yeah,
we got some maybes. We got some maybes.
We got some real quick.
So real quick before we start, here on the Reality Pop channel, me and Gideon, Survivor Buffs, we've done 9 Survivor Chronicles. Go check out the playlist section under this channel so you can check out our 9 interviews with survivors so far. Plenty more to come. When you're watching this video in 2022, there will be over 100 interviews by then. Our dream goal is to interview all 38. Eventually, that number will grow, but winners. We have a couple in the works right now. We don't want to throw too many out there once and oversaturate, but we
can't show our hand. But me and Adam, we're pretty connected in the Survivor community. You know, we're gonna get some interviews for sure.
We tier ranked every winner. We tier ranked every season. So check those out. Plenty of more videos. We got a whole bunch of fun stuff coming out this summer. We're gonna rewatch Heroes and Villains. Maybe Kagayan.
I would be down. Yeah, it would be good to rewatch the 2 seasons on Netflix because, like, and to talk about that for a second, it's like I'm getting some of my college classmates to get into Survivor because I talk about it so freaking much, and so that's what they're watching and that's the seasons that are becoming popular again because of Netflix because everybody has Netflix pretty much. So yeah, it'd be good to watch those 2 seasons because that's the seasons that are great seasons, S-tier seasons, and seasons that people are getting into again.
Yeah, absolutely. So check that out. Like this video. Leave a comment what you'd like to see us do. We do have a lot of stuff planned this summer, but we have plenty of room to do anything you guys want us to do. Maybe tier rank the runner-ups. We love doing tier ranks.
We like
and it
tier
seems
ranks.
like
And dream castings and the whole
dream
works.
casting. Yeah, give us some seasons. Oh, we dreamcasted Heroes and Villains 2. Plenty more to come up. We did a Mount Rushmore video with Peridium. Check that out too. Be sure to subscribe. We hit 500 subs, so we celebrated doing a Survivor trivia game night. Winner!
I was third. I got third
place.
Dude, we absolutely dude. When we did Survivor trivia with the whole reality pop community, it's no surprise to me that the Survivor buffs were the two people who made it far. I mean, we are, after all, the smartest people of all time, especially when it comes to Survivor knowledge. I mean, look at me. I am the meta because I believe that Gabon is one of the greatest seasons of all time. I don't know how you made it that far, but because you don't think it's good, so.
Yes. So check that out and help us get to 1,000 subs. Make as many fake burner accounts as you can and sub.
Don't do that. No. We want interaction. Tell your
buy
mom.
subs. Do whatever you can because once we hit 1,000, we are going to do the dream interview that everyone has always wanted. We are going to get Boston Rob
and Charlie
D'Amelio on the same podcast. That is guaranteed. I have it in writing. Cross my heart. Hope to die. Charlie D'Amelio, Boston Rob, Survivor buffs. Get us to 1,000 subs. It's happening.
Yep.
Here's what I want to know. What do you think is going to be tougher? Me getting Boston Rob on the show, or you getting Charlie on the show?
Okay, so here's the thing, right? It's like you're really in with the Survivor community. I'm really in with the TikTok community. So you have to think like, what's
these are the peaks of those two communities.
Of course. And you're like, so for a commoner, we're both commoners in the communities though. So you're like, well, not me because I'm a TikTok celebrity sort of. So you're like, but what is your like direct contact, your closest way to contact Boston Rob? Because it might be the same as me because I could just text Tyson.
Mine would either be Tyson or Phillip. Yeah.
It'd be hard. I mean, I don't think we could land a Boston Rob interview without some money in my pay. And but my connection to Charlie D'Amelio is I know I'm good friends with a guy who's good friends with Griffin Johnson, who dated Dixie D'Amelio, who is Charlie D'Amelio's sister. How about that that is my connection to Charlie D'Amelio.
Okay. Well, we'll work our way up. We'll get it done. 1,000 subs, Survivor buffs, Boston Rob, Charlie D'Amelio. Believe that.
Believe that.
Would say. All right. Abby Maria.
I want to see her again.
I do too.
For me,
Abby Maria is, I know I say this every time she gets mentioned on the show, but I'm going to say it again.
You have to let the people know.
Of all the people I interviewed for the top 100 survivors over on Russell's channel, which was about 90, maybe 100, Abby was top 3 nicest, if not the single nicest person, which everyone's like, what? Adam, you're crazy. We're unsubscribing. That's crazy.
That's a tier rank. The nicest survivors to talk to ranked.
But on the show, she is one of the greatest female villains the show has ever seen, which is great because you need that. You need a good balance on this season. We don't really have the female villain so far. Laura's not Corinne. I'm sorry. Yes, Corinne. Danielle was on the villains tribe, but
she's not really a villain. I mean, not near as much as Corinne is. Yeah. As Cass is when we get to her, which we will very soon because Vetus is going to be a big fat if you say no, right?
Yeah. But imagine Corinne and Abby on the same tribe and them butting heads. That would be epic.
Do you think they would butt heads?
I
feel like Abby Marie usually butts heads with people who are more heroes. who have
Well, then she'll butt heads with Jenna.
Who are yeah. I would find Abby Marie Gomez fighting with Jenna, maybe Laura. Yeah. Not Corinne. I think her and Corinne might be a power couple. that would be great.
Yeah, I that wasn't a prediction. It was more just like that'd be cool to see that happen. Because neither of them hold back.
Interesting take from Drew though, right there. Abby told us from the beginning, Joe and Scoop were scumbags. I mean, hey.
Yeah. Okay, Vetus to me is under Jeffy say no because of what did he do? He left Ponderosa early, which banned him from the show.
Yeah,
even if he hadn't, he didn't need to come back for Cambodia. So
yeah, it's a good. And Jeffy say no. We'll say that much. I don't know. I was never the Vetus train myself.
Me neither. Yeah, me neither.
I didn't get the hype. Obviously, he had some hype because he got to get on Second Chance. But if the thing is, right, we're trying to limit people for Second Chance. We bring back Vetus, golly, I would never forgive myself.
Yeah, I agree. Vetus, of course, playing in Blood and Water in Cambodia. Abby Maria also played on Cambodia, but
she gets
she's worth it. Yeah. And Philippines. Okay, Chaos Cast to me, I think she's one of those people that you give her the call, she'll drop everything and leave and pack her bags and fly to Fiji the next day. She loves being out there.
I mean, and obviously she had a sense of realization on Second Chance that she can't play like she wanted to, and because she tried to change up her gameplay, and obviously it didn't work too well. So no, I want to see her play again, and I think she would do better than her second time around, as long as she survives the first few votes, because she's not the greatest challenge person, but she can pull her weight. I would be down to see her back.
Some people say she's
very entertaining.
Some people might argue, she's going to be one of those legend season holdouts, like the next guy is. I think she just loves being out there so much. She's one of those people. She'll come on if the season theme. Oh, we're really big now. If the season theme was players everyone hates, she would come out. However mean the theme is, or how much she hated Redemption Island, and then once you get voted off Redemption Island, you go to Edge of Extinction. Just every worst thing you could throw at her, I think Chaos Cass would still be out there because she loves the show so much. So
I love Cass, and I think when we see her a third time, it's kind of like the Goldilocks in the Three Bears story, right? It's you come out the first time, you play too much of a douchebag. Then you come out the second time and you play like a pussy. But then you come on the third time, find the balance and play the good strategic game, but also maintaining the good social aspect that you tried to play the second time, and meet in the middle and become a winner and prove everybody wrong. Make it happen.
Absolutely. I know we're trying to make this realistic while at the same time not worrying too much about the politics. However, if there's one person on this dais, on this potential cast, that I think would not come back simply because they are too good for the season, and I would agree. I'm not trying to knock Spencer. I agree with them wholeheartedly.
I think people love Spencer.
And I do think he's one of those people that could be a 4-time player like Ozzy Suri. Of course, Spencer playing on Cagayan and Cambodia, probably the two best seasons, New School seasons. I mean, maybe Winners at War, you could argue, but in my opinion, the two best New School seasons. So he knows how to pick a season. I mean, he obviously didn't pick a season, but if he did good with Cambodia.
When he's a part of a season, it's entertaining.
Yes. And I do think this season would have some hype around it, but I think, in my opinion, I think Spencer would only come back for a Legends type season.
The Survivor community is obsessed with this Legend season that might never happen. So yeah, I mean, I've heard he's holding out for it. I've heard it through the grapevine that Spencer wants to hold out to go on Survivor Legends. So, and yeah, I don't think he would play. So, do you want to put him in lack of desire or just you're muted?
I said I could also. My dog was chewing on a marker there for a second. So how did you know that?
Because is it when I assumed when you ran away that it was something with your freaking dog.
Yeah, he chewed the ink part out. And I was like, let me go stop him real quick. I was saying I can text Spencer.
Don't text Spencer. Oh my gosh. You're trying to text Corinne in the last episode on the specialist. Now you're trying to text Spencer. Oh, let me call Ethan real quick. Hold on.
He's a winner. I'll send a text out. I'll also send it to. I'm looking ahead. I want to send the same text to Lex too because I feel like he's a borderline one. So you stall the people while I text Spencer. What do you think about? I think Spencer's. We'll skip him for now. What do you think about Tasha?
I love Tasha, but I didn't see really any improvement in her gameplay. And the second time, she was kind of dragged. She had good moments on Cambodia. I personally don't want to see her again. Like I don't know what else she has to offer, truly.
Yeah, like one of the most underrated female challenge competitors of all time.
Okay.
Obviously came in second place in Cambodia. Obviously also playing on Cagayan. Kind of unfortunate she was on like one of the worst tribes ever.
Unfortunate. It was great for us.
I wouldn't mind exactly, Ryan. That's exactly right. What we're doing.
We gotta flex who we know in the Survivor community, man. Adam knows way more people. Spoiler alert.
Hey, but you know way more TikTokers, so
that's true.
I'd say we put Tasha as a maybe, but like a soft maybe.
Okay.
Yeah, because I could see why. Like there's really no one else that's like her. She kind of has her own. Like she kind of is somewhat unique. Like she's not like.
Oh, you're putting her in the Dreamcast.
Oh, sorry. Yeah, I think she would too. She got a lot of hate for some reason on Cambodia, like from the players themselves. I don't know. I remember talking to Fishback. This is another flex of mine. I remember talking to Fishback. And I was asking him about Tasha for the top 100 survivors. She was on it. And I was like, what do you think about Tasha? And he was like, I don't know. I like Tasha. He's like, for some reason, it was like after the season ended, no one had anything nice to say about her. And he did not know why. Very weird situation. Regardless, I wouldn't mind seeing her back. I don't think it's weird because like I don't know. I feel like maybe is a good place for her. I think we can come back there.
Okay.
After Tasha was Wu. Here's the thing, Wu had to come back, right? Everyone knew there was no chance that Wu was ever going to win Survivor, right? But he had to come back for Cambodia. This is 4 in a row that are Cagayan, Cambodia. He had to come back. Everyone had to see him redeem his mistake. He wasn't going to win. Did he redeem it? No. Will he ever? No. I think Wu is a nah. I don't think there's.
You're not a Wu guy. You're not on the Wu train.
I'd be cool maybe putting him
as.
I'd be cool maybe putting him as like a maybe, but I don't think so.
Come on.
Would you're thinking yes for Wu?
I think Wu on Cambodia was just stuck between a rock and a hard place. It's like he never really got his feet off the ground. I want to see him get his feet off the ground one more time.
Yeah.
Just once.
We'll put him as a maybe. We'll put him as a maybe. I'm also looking, and the more I think about it, I'm cool throwing Troy Zan up on the Dreamcast. Are you?
Yeah. I mean, that was our guy that we were like really borderline about. So.
Yeah. Okay. Moving on, we have Keith. Keith would do it. Keith would do it. If he got the call, he would.
Is he going to get fifth again?
He would get fifth again. He's somewhat entertaining, but like, I feel like third time's a charm has to be people that like want to win. Like the only thing that held Second Chance back was there was a few people. I mean, it was an A season. If you would say S, I wouldn't even argue with you. But the only thing from it being like a firm S, in my opinion, was the fact that I felt like there was a couple people out there that were just like, Like Joe had to have known if he played the same game, he wasn't going to win. Keith barely played. Kimmy barely played. Wigglesworth barely played. I think third time's a charm for it to work. It's going to be people that it's like, this is it. Unless like Spencer and Cass and a few like legends play on this season, this is it for all these people that we Dreamcast. This is it. So it's got to be people that are going to play. And I don't think Keith would play. Like, he'd play, but he wouldn't play. What do you think?
I mean, he just has the same strategy every time. So it's just like, it's a matter of, do you want that? Like, do you want that around this season?
Right.
Do you?
Yeah. Yes.
Well, then put him on.
No, I mean, I want that. I want it to be like super strategic.
Well, then don't. Well, then don't.
Yeah.
Then don't put him on.
Was he on yours? I know you kind of pre-made one.
Nah, he wasn't.
Okay. All right. So, nah.
Yeah.
Because if he wanted to, he would. I feel like he would come back for a season. Alicia's tough. I don't know if there's one season that I have the less in on, like the less scoop, it's Australian Outback. The only person from that season I've ever talked to was Jerry, who we got to get her on the show because she's super cool. She just started her own podcast, actually. Hit the Ground Running with Jerry Matthew. I know nothing about the Australian Outback people. They're like ghosts. Very weird cast.
I believe that.
So I don't know. I feel like, did people want to see her back? Like she came in for All Stars, and it was like,
I mean, she came in for All Stars. It was a pretty big disappointment. I don't think she's gonna come back. I don't think anybody really wants to see her back. I mean, she's just kind of a negative on the shows that she comes on. I don't want to see her.
Yeah, I'll put her in. I mean, I wouldn't mind. Like if Alicia came back, I wouldn't be like, what? Like it wouldn't. Like I'm trying to think of who was like the surprise ones from. It would be like I don't know, what's the surprise one? I mean, Vetus getting a second chance was kind of surprised. There was Monica on Cambodia. I wouldn't have that sort of reaction. If Alicia came back, I'd be like, okay.
I would be like, freak out. But like I would be like, oh, so like you don't care.
Right.
Right. Okay. All
right. Jeff Barner? Where were we putting him? Dreamcast or maybe?
Yeah, I mean
Dreamcast or maybe.
Exactly, man. Jeff Barner, one of my favorites, man. I love him. Let's get him on the show. I think you know what? Let's put him and Zeke together. How about that?
Oh my gosh. Jeez. Get a Redemption Island style season with the two rivals.
Oh gosh, a Redemption Island with Barner and Zeke. Oh no, that'd be golly. Redemption Survivor, cancel culture.
The master of drip in the house. Is this Drew's burner account?
I don't think Drew would say WAP.
He would. Yeah, that's why I'm suspicious. I only said Drew because Drew is the master of dip. Anyway, of drip. Not dip.
All right. So moving on.
Well, just to quickly iterate, Barner, according to Fair Play, there's only 2 people in Survivor history that are truly blackballed, and one of which is there actually is one person that played twice that isn't on this, and it's Scoopin. The 2 blackballed people are Scoopin and Dan. However, if there's like that with what's similar to black, like if you're dark gray listed from the show, Barner might be near the top, if not top of that list. And not because he's a bad guy. I think he just said the wrong thing. I think he's not a bad guy. He just, what he said isn't kosher, and he can never come back because of one tribal council.
Yeah.
I feel like Kimmy is nah. I feel like
I agree.
Seeing her in Second Chance was cool. I didn't mind seeing her in Second Chance. Especially if Alicia, like that would be the only thing, would be her and Alicia have to come back. So if Alicia's not, I feel like she's got to be a nah too.
Okay, let's get her as a nah.
Cool. Kimmy, of course, playing on Australia and Cambodia. Alicia played on Australian All Stars, for those who forgot. Keith played on San Juan del Sur and Cambodia. This is good. I was afraid we were going to put too many Cambodia people in here.
We're doing good. We're doing good. We're doing good.
Who do we have? Do we have any? We have
these 2. Abby,
these 3.
Cass, Terry. And Terry doesn't even count. And Fishback. But Terry doesn't count because he didn't get to play fully. He never got voted out, so he wasn't on the season. All right.
What are your thoughts on Haley Ford?
My gosh, dude. Thanks for reminding me of her name because I had no idea who that even was. Like, she's so invisible to me. I literally could care less about her.
Yeah.
I mean, I'm just saying. I don't think she's that great.
Okay. Yeah, she was one of those people where it's like, why was she on? She was probably the biggest surprise. As many surprises as there were on Jane Cangers, she was the single biggest in my opinion.
Yes.
Yeah, she of course played on Worlds Apart.
What has she done to change the game? What did she change?
Yeah.
Nothing.
Sharon is totally a game changer. She got rid of the auction.
I agree. Sharon is a game changer, yeah.
But she wasn't on Game Changer. She was on Worlds Apart in Cambodia. To me, it's a no. I think she'd do it. I think she would if they offer her. Like if a lot of these women they're asking are like, no. Mm-hmm. I feel like she'd be a good backup that they know they could always rely on. But I think she's a no. A no. What about you?
No, it's a no. Yeah, I mean, Sharon, good run. Probably not for this season, though.
Yeah. Sierra, is she? Because Joe's blacklist, Joe's Jeffy say no for now. Is Sierra with that? Because I haven't seen it, but apparently she's been like somewhat a part of it, and they share a lot of similar. I mean, I'd hate to cast someone.
I mean, yeah, they're both. Oh yeah, I mean, they're both hardcore Trumpies, but it's like, obviously she doesn't catch the heat as much as Joe does. Joe gets called Joe Anon. I don't think people call Sierra Anon, but Sierra just had a kid, like literally a few months ago, and I don't know. Does anybody really want to see her back? I mean, I thought she was mildly entertaining, but
yeah. I mean, I could maybe see her being a maybe, but we only have room for 4 more women, and I can
tell you that 1, 2. I only see 2.
I see maybe really 3 yes women coming up, and then we have 3 maybes. I would put her as just a nah.
Yeah, just put her. Yeah, I mean, I think I've seen enough. Yeah. On and off of social media, I think I've seen enough.
Caleb, I feel like actually isn't a lack of desire. I feel like he would. It's just, of course, he had to come back. I mean, after his worst medical vac in Survivor history goes to Caleb.
Yeah, that was freaking scary, dude.
Yeah, Kyle Wrong, and then he came back for Game Changers. What was Sierra Dawn Thomas on? She was also Worlds Apart, right?
Thomas was, she was blue collar, and then she came back for Game Changers, and infamously gave up the legacy advantage to
the first legacy advantage.
The first ever legacy advantage, gave it to Sarah.
Yeah. Cool. Next, so Caleb, I feel like it was same thing with Wu. Is like he was never gonna win. No one like is dying to see him come back, but he had to come back.
Except Wu is 100 times more entertaining than freaking Caleb. Just because you're on Big Brother doesn't mean you're the crap, dude. Like, chill.
Yeah. Oh, was Sierra Dawn Thomas not the first legacy advantage?
Yeah, she was.
Well, Ryan said that we're lying.
I don't give a crap.
Ryan's calling us. What's the word? Ryan says we didn't do our research.
Well, he's watching us, so.
Okay, moving on. We got Debbie. Debbie's cool, and is she like a fan favorite? But production just loves her. Like she is what production looks for. Oh my god, he keeps finding it. I gotta get another marker. Hold on.
Hey Ryan,
what is it with these?
I know that you're right in that the first one was Will to Ken, the first legacy advantage. I remember that now, but it was more of a storyline in Game Changers. So cry about it. All right, what are we talking about?
What I miss? Yeah, what I miss?
Nothing. All right, carry on.
Yeah, production loves Debbie. I mean, production just loves her. Like she is so what Survivor looks for. Like people that just there's one Debbie Warner in the whole world. There's one.
I hate to admit it, but she's freaking hilarious.
I don't think she'll ever win.
Never. But she's hilarious. I think she tries to win, but she never will.
Yeah. Yeah. So, all right. So we got 7 women. Please, no more Ty. Please,
never.
No more Ty.
I'm tired of it. Leave. Go away.
I mean, he's probably a super nice guy, and he seems like it on the show, but he just doesn't know how to play. He gets. I don't even know how he gets far because he made it to number 3.
Idols getting
he made carried. It to he just find idols. He made it to number 3 on Worlds Apart, and he made it to
number 4.
4th place on Game Changers.
Yep.
I don't want to see Ty back. I like him as a person. I don't like him as a Survivor player.
I don't like him as a person or a Survivor player.
And I just don't think the game is for him. Like I don't think he has it in him what it takes to win the game. David, I don't think, or he can. He's allowed because he came on edge of extinction. David, I think the only thing with David is same thing. Is this the season for him? Because he would be great on a Heroes and Villains as a hero. He would be great on. I think I would be cool with David as like a Legends.
He's definitely a legend. Yeah,
one of the greatest single season like character arcs we've ever seen. If not
everybody by the end of Millennials vs. Gen X was rooting for him to win. You know.
Yes.
He got the Fallen Angel edit.
Right. Is this the season for him though? What do you think?
Oof, man, I wanted him on.
I mean, I want him on.
Why not? I think he could be 4-time for Legends. I don't give a crap.
Yeah, I want him on.
I want him on.
I'm cool putting him on.
I'm good with that.
Michaela, it has a lot of fans. Everyone loves Michaela. I don't hate Michaela, but like, why do people? Do you know? Like, what's the love for Michaela? Like, she's never ever made like a good Survivor move. Seems to always find herself on the wrong side of the numbers. She always gets on people's nerves. what's this love for, like, every time I see Third Time's a Charm, Heroes and Bill, like every time I see a dream cast for a returning season, I always see her creep on in some way. I don't hate her. I just don't think this is a show she can win. I don't think
I've never been a fan of Sass. So right. I don't know. I think that's why people like her, is because some people are just like, oh yeah, girl, get it. Tell Jay that you just got voted out. Show him. But like, no, I don't care. Right. I don't like
her. But production likes her. That's the thing. Production and the fans like her. So I think for the fact that she has such a great fan base, and
oh gosh, I need to crawl in a hole and die for putting her on the season, dude.
I think she has to at least be a maybe.
Okay, put her in a maybe.
Okay, Zeke is lack of desire. He's done so.
Oh, he is?
Oh, yeah.
Oh, for real?
Yeah, I mean, after what happened on Game Changers, the attention that it got, whether that attention was positive or negative, he's done. He's done so. I wouldn't mind seeing him back. A super underrated player. Like, Zeke is a good Survivor player. He really is. Millennials and Gen X, Zeke was running the game for most of pre-merge. Go back and watch Millennials and Gen X. Like, he was running the show. And he did not do bad on Game Changers. So I think he has what it takes to win. But I don't think we'll come back. So
suit yourself. You know more than I do, buddy.
Lex. Texted Lex. Here's my flex. Here's my flex, guys. Texted Lex. I'm flexing with Lex. Texted him before the show started. Said, hey, random quest, bro. No, I said random question, Lex. I said, would you consider a Survivor Third Time's a Charm season to come back to if it was like recently? And he said, I don't know. Would probably do it, but all depends on the day I got the call and how I feel at the time. He said, never say never. If you don't believe me, here's the receipts. Here's the receipts.
Oh, Lex texts and emojis. I wouldn't peg Lex as an emoji guy.
He's an emoji guy. So
no.
I think that's a yes.
Lex is like the first person that I ever like was a stan of in Survivor. I love the anti-hero arc. I wasn't too much of a fan of him in All Stars, but like I understand that that's All Stars was the season where you learned like it's not personal, like it's a game. Unfortunate learning, but Lex learned the hard way. But I definitely think I definitely want to see him again. I love Lex.
Yeah. Lex is one of my favorite players of all time. Have to see him back. I think this would definitely be a season to do it.
Don't get me wrong. I love Ethan, but man, Lex, Loki got robbed. Well, I'll say it now. There's a reason that CBS paid him $100,000 or whatever they did for their mess up.
Speaking of Survivor, speaking of the other guy who got $100,000, Big Tom. Who also played on African All-Stars along with Lex. To me, we did not for Caleb because why did we do not for Caleb? Do we want to see Caleb back? I mean, what do you guys think? Does anyone here want to see him back?
I mean, apparently Marco Matondov, who likes Liverpool FC, does, but not me.
Yeah. I mean, if Caleb came back, I wouldn't be like, boo, I'm not watching the season.
I wouldn't be mad, but like I don't know, man. It's just like do we not have enough?
I'll put him in maybe. I'll put him in maybe just for Marco. There, you happy, Marco?
Oh gosh, and Brenda's a nah. Brenda's a straight.
Brenda, you know what? Just for that. Here's what I'm doing, Marco. Put him right back. Put him right back.
Brenda is the biggest freaking gnaw I can think of, dude. I do not want to see that chick back on the show.
I'm voting Marco off of this.
Marco, the tribe has spoken. All right, go ahead.
Big Tom is got to be a lack of desire, right? I mean, he's just.
Unfortunately, because I love Tom, but yeah.
Yeah. Kathy, yes. She would do it.
Yeah.
Fans want to see her do it. Production loves her. She loves the show still. She has to come back, right? She has to come back at some point.
That was a lock. That was a lock on my list. The two locks.
This is it.
Yeah.
Because I don't know if she would qualify as Legends. If she was on Legends, I'd be totally cool with that. But I don't. I think she needs this. I think this is the season for her. Like if they were gonna like there was a couple people that like were game changers that were on that season. There was a couple people that were that deserved a second chance. A lot of people actually. She would be like the poster child for this season. This is it for her. She would do it. Yeah. Kathy's absolutely yes. I'm glad you agree with that.
Oh yeah, 100%. I'm a stan like you are.
Of course, playing in Marquesas and All Stars. Now on the other boats, you have Sheehan, the only player to ever return from Thailand. Thailand's the only season in Survivor history that has
one return,
less than 2 returnees. That has either 1 or 0. Every season has at least 2 returnees, except for Island of the Idols, but that just aired, and I promise you there will be at least 2 returnees.
I think there'll be more than 2, but
okay, this is true. You know what, Marco? You redeem yourself. I'll go ahead and put Caleb back up there in the maybe.
I have a girlfriend. I can't say Brenda's hot.
Unless it's Brenda.
My girlfriend's Brenda? Nah, bro. She's locked up.
Sheehan had, God bless her soul, man. She got the worst shade and flack. Like her, who was the girl on One World that was also Asian that just got like Colton was just talking smack on her to her face like every day, and then she ended up coming like 3rd place. Christine,
I think that's her name. It doesn't help that Brandon's a blatant racist, but yeah, it's whatever.
Yeah, Colton.
Christina.
Yeah, Christina. Okay. Yeah. To me, she's got to be a no, right?
Yeah, it's a no. I don't like her gameplay. She's not entertaining. She just doesn't pop. I don't know. Not for me.
This next guy is the toughest one for the whole season.
Hold on. When I think of Survivor, Third Time's a Charm, this is the guy that I think headlines it.
I agree. The question is, would he do it?
Yes.
Are you sure?
Yes.
He would be willing to step away from his family, his podcast for potentially 4 months to do this.
Yes.
I mean, if he said yes, 100%, he'd be a lock. He would be the first person
on the show. Okay, so what? You can't film freaking News AF for 4 months. Pre-record some crap. I don't care.
Plus, he'd be on with Fishback too. So his buddy.
I need him. Please put him on, please.
I mean, you're right. If he would say yes, he would be the absolute poster child for this season. But if they did Legends, he would be an absolute lock for that season, and he would for sure come back for Legends.
Okay, but let's just pretend, just for this scenario, that the people are not owning a 80,000 subscriber YouTube channel.
Yeah. I mean, yeah, if we're going to pretend that, then we're going to.
For me, it's like if you look at the cast, I can't see Third Time's a Charm without Rob Sessionito. I can't.
You're right. He is if Kathy is the definition of a female player that would come back for this season. For male, it would be Rob. And to be honest, I think Rob could do this and Legends because he's Rob Cesardino. One of the people, probably this only survivor who's somehow gotten more famous off the show than he did on the show. Maybe Elizabeth Hasselbeck is the only one. Oh, Chase Rice, I guess. Yeah. Real quick, just want to reiterate Charlie D'Amelio and Boston Rob are coming on for all the people that are just joining. If we hit 1,000 subscribers. Okay. Here's my flex number 2 of 3. I got 3 flexes for this show.
He texted Savage for.
Here's my flex. Flex alert.
And you texted
flex alert.
I see it now. Go ahead.
Raise the flex bell. Ring the flex bell.
Ding ding.
Texted Savage, said, "Hey, random question, yo. Would you consider survive a third time's charm, bro? If it were in the next few years, bro." And he said it flat out, yes, sir. Depending on who is invited back, though. Fiji looks like a glorious place.
He wants to explore the Fijian waters, I see. Andrew Savage, you heard it here.
Here's the receipts.
Yep. All right.
He said, yes, sir.
Nice. Yeah, Andrew Savage, I mean,
he's got
two of the most unfortunate circumstances of vote outs have happened on Andrew Savage. I need to see him either win or properly get voted out. Because of a mistake. Like I either want to see Savage win, which he can.
The most screwed male survivor in history. The most screwed female is Suri. Male is Andrew Savage.
Yep. Okay. Are we ready for flex bell number 3 or
ring the flex bell?
Ding 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 ding. We have not planned this. If you want to do this, I just know Adam too well.
Texted Johnny Fairplay. Had to ask him.
We asked him on stream. Okay.
I'll show you the receipts. He said, "Sure, I got kids and bills." Here's the receipts. Can you see it? Coming through?
Yes.
Yes.
We see it. We see it.
You see it right there? Johnny JF. All right. So fair play's a yes. So there you have it. The only reason fair play wouldn't be on this season is if he didn't want to. And you heard it from the source. And how cool would it be to see fair play and I guess fair play actually.
So
fair play
my question to you before we get to what I consider to be a lock for a woman, but
yeah.
So are we gonna put Spencer on as a 10th man?
There is 10 men.
Oh, sorry. I thought I must have thought Randy was a woman.
Yeah. To me, Spencer, I'm telling you, he is as off the grid as you can think of for a player right now.
Well, you've texted him, but
yeah. See, that's another thing too. Is as cool as it is to have like the scoop. Another thing too is like sometimes you learn things that are so against what everyone else thinks is the case. Like we learned with fair play. Like common knowledge will tell you that fair play is blacklisted. He's never coming back.
No,
whereas he told us, he's in great state. He's friend. He said he just called Jeff like a week ago. Like he's good. So that's what sucks about having like the scoop is that if it goes against common knowledge, it's like, Spencer's off the grid. He's not doing podcasts. He's not doing. If it was like Survivor's final season 50, going out with legends, he would do it. He would love to be in like the final Survivor season. I don't think this is the season for him, and I would agree. As much as I love one of my top 10 favorite players ever, I don't think this is the season for him. Now, if he came at this season, I would still be happy and I would still root for him amongst a few others. We also already have kind of like the super fan, somewhat nerdy guy twice over with Fishback and David Wright. So it's like, And Rob. Honestly, Rob kind of fits that mold too.
Not so much anymore, but he's still hilarious.
Yeah.
I don't know. Rob Cesternino has kind of developed into a mega Chad, so I don't know.
I would love to see it. Are you so Amy's the lock for you?
Amy was the lock for Amy and Kathy were the two people I wanted back the most. Amy and Kathy were like the women that I wanted to see back.
Yeah. I agree. I would love to see Amy back. Kind of, it was weird because after Vanuatu and Micronesia, she was kind of like, she was popular. Like, she was a well-known player. And then, like, after Micronesia, she instantly was like a forgotten survivor. Like, what happened? She was good on Vanuatu.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, so cool. I'm glad you agree with that because I thought I'd have to argue with that. Eliza, I'd be cool with, but especially if she's in the running right now, campaigning to be the DA of Manhattan. If she gets it,
I know I could vote.
If she gets it, what?
Oh yeah, district attorney. That's what DA is. I was saying when she's like, I'm ready to be your DA. I was like, what?
Yeah, I think there's a lack of desire just because with her campaign, she just I think she'll win. I guess because New York is a very liberal city. So
is she running like? Hold on.
As a Democrat? Yes.
Well, obviously, yeah, but sorry. Who's she running? Freaking, is that not how it works in New York? Do you not just run against other Democrats? She's got to get through the primary, right?
I think so. Yeah. So
we'll see.
Okay, so that's everyone. Now we just need to put one woman up to fill that final spot. We got.
Okay, well, it's not going to be. I'm telling you right now, it's not going to be Monica.
Yeah, so we'll put Monica in the nah. I don't think it'll be Kat.
Okay. All right.
I think it would have to be Michaela, Tasha, or Courtney. The thing with Courtney is, I just don't think. I don't even know if Courtney would do a Legend season. Like, she doesn't like Survivor. Like, she never watched the show before China.
She likes the money she gets from being a survivor.
That's true.
Believe that.
She doesn't have many friends from. Now, if you are her friend, you're a good friend. Like, she's good friends with Sandra. She's good friends with Todd. But most of the people, from what we've seen from the edit, she couldn't stand on both seasons. I don't even know if Courtney would come back for a Legends season. But she was locked on the Legends season, so I guess the answer is yes. But that's Legends. This is Third Time's a Charm. If I had to pick who I want to see, it's Courtney. I mean, it's hands down Courtney. I would want to see Courtney play 4 times before I want to see Tasha or Michaela play again. But if you're going by who production would want the most, it would have to be Michaela for some reason. For some reason, she is just.
No, put us apart from the other freaking podcast, dude. I don't want to include Michaela. Set us apart. Set us apart. Everybody chooses Michaela. Don't do it, man. I'm telling you.
I'm with you there. I'm with you. No, I'm with you.
I would rather see Kat than Michaela, bro.
No, I would too. I would rather see Kat. I like Kat.
Let's not try to play production.
I'd rather see Francesca.
Hey, okay, hear me out.
So tell me this. Between Courtney, I'll put Kat back. Between Courtney, here I'll move them together so it's a little easier. Between Courtney, Tasha, and Kat, and Michaela, who do you think is most likely? And who do you think, like, the fans want to? Yeah.
Kat
is most likely.
Yeah.
Okay. Well, I think Kat would do it hands down.
Why not? I mean, why
Would do it. Would do it.
I know. Why not put her on?
I was just going to say no because I thought you would put hers last. That was kind of more just me thinking what you would do. I'm cool putting Kat up here. I think Kat is way more likely to do it than Courtney.
Okay. Well, I mean, obviously, if you made me choose, I want to see Courtney just because she's pretty entertaining. But Kat's pretty. I cannot. I mean, I would rather put my hand in a blender for a few seconds and watch Michaela play again. I just don't like.
Plus, another thing too is like Amy was up to be on the villain tribe. Cass is the greatest villain of all time. Debbie's a villain. Abby's the second greatest villain of all time. Corinne's probably the third greatest villain of all time. Danielle was on the villain. So, like, if you have Courtney, I think it's so much villain. That's too much villain for the women's tribe.
And Kat's like innocent.
Yeah.
So
yeah, I'm cool putting Kat.
Yeah.
All right.
How about that for a cast? I think this is unlike any cast that I've ever seen on any of the Reddits.
Yeah.
We definitely have some interesting takes here.
Who would win?
Who would win?
Here's the people I could say who I think have the best chance of winning.
I could see David winning. I could see Lex winning. I could see Rob winning. I could see Savage winning. I could see maybe Amy.
I was going to say Amy, Rob, Lex.
Don't just copy me now.
David.
Don't just copy me.
I would say Terry and Laura, though, as well.
Okay. No, I can see Laura, too. I mean, and Terry, I just think Terry's got such a big target on him, bro. I mean, respect to the man, but...
Yeah.
I don't know. If I was a contestant, I'd be like, Terry Dietz. I mean, that's 5 challenge win, super idol Terry Dietz. Like...
Mm-hmm. Cool. All right. That's our cast. Guys, thanks so much for watching. I'm assuming everyone checked out part 1, but if you haven't, the link is in the description. It's over on the Specialist channel. Please be sure to subscribe if you haven't, as well as joining our Discord, where we talk Survivor somewhat 24/7. You can talk to both me and Gideon. Charlie D'Amelio's in there. Boston Rob is in there. Yeah, speaking of which, if we hit 1,000 subscribers, Charlie D'Amelio, Boston Rob, Survivor Buffs. All of us on one chat. That's guaranteed. That's in writing. Signed, sealed, and delivered. 1,000 subs. Sub if you haven't already. Follow Gideon on TikTok if you haven't already. I'm assuming you all have.
Yeah, follow me and also watch Expedition Online tonight. Go to their YouTube and watch the episode. If you miss Survivor, then you'll like this. So go watch that. Watch me. I got voted off last night, so I'm still in the game. What am I? Right here. If you had to rank me in a tier rank, where would you put me, Adam?
If I had to put you in a tier rank, I'd probably put